Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting video for you guys. My Kringle candle Halloween 2023 order finally arrived. It actually arrived a couple days ago and I've been able to sit with them and really gather my thoughts on the collection as a whole. And I'm very excited to bring you guys my thoughts on the new releases, a couple of the old returning candles that I received, the new 2023 pours. So this is actually like the fastest that I've ever received these Kringle Halloween candles. I know like for the past couple years that I was purchasing these, you had to do a pre-order and the candles weren't even poured when you did the pre-order. So you'd have to wait like a month for you to even get like the shipping notification for them. But what was really good about this year's order was that they already had the candles poured when they went live on August 1st. So my order was shipped out the next day. And honestly, this was such a fast process. And I really give props to Kringle for thinking ahead and making such a streamlined process, because this was like the fastest I've ever received these. And honestly, that made me ecstatic. So, hey everyone, this is actually editing Jared here to tell you guys that actually over the past couple of days I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they have not received their Kringle candle Halloween order even after placing an order like 2 minutes after they launched. Apparently Kringle was just swamped with orders from the Halloween order. So if you guys have not received your packages yet, don't worry, they are still working on them. They posted an update today saying that they're working on them really hard to send them out. They were just swamped, and that's why it's taking a little bit. So just hold tight, and they will hopefully be with you guys all soon. Kitty's making an appearance in the update. Anyways, back to the video. So in my order, I got 10 of the classic Kringle 2-wick tumblers with the black translucent glass this year, which I think looks really cool. I skipped out on the 3 wicks this year. I was going to order the Forbidden Forest one. That one was the one that sounded the most intriguing to me, but I ended up not picking it up because I found out later that that was actually a repackage of one of their existing scents, Succulents, which I had a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year. Whenever it was newly released for spring, I had that one. It was really good. It is definitely a Halloween fragrance, but I had already had it and I kind of wanted to stick to the new ones. So with me, I have 5 fragrances that I repurchased this year as backups because I love the fragrance so much. And I have 4 that are entirely new to me, whether they're the new candles that they released this year or previous ones that I hadn't picked up. I have 4 that I had never smelled before they came to me. There are a couple of the returning fragrances that I got for this year's pour that I think have changed slightly, and I'll make sure to mention that when we go over them. But if you want to see my thoughts on any of the previous returning fragrances and you haven't watched my other Kringle candle video yet, go ahead and watch that to see my entire full thoughts on them. It's also helpful if this is your first time watching a Kringle candle Halloween video and you're trying to get into it and you're trying to figure out what to decide. There's still a lot left. As of this moment that I'm recording the video, only 4 have sold out. So if you're thinking of getting any and you are having trouble to decide, go ahead and watch that one. But without further ado, let's get into what new ones and returning ones that I got here with me. All right, so for the ones that are returning ones for me, Sleepy Hollow, which is a staple. I have to get this one every year. Witch's Cauldron with the new label, which it's better in person, but I still miss the old lady label on there. Scarecrow. Technically this is a new release, but Halloween. And Blood Moon, which they dramatically improved the label on this. Compared to the 2021 pour, this label is so much cooler. All right, and for the ones that are new to me, I have Graveyard Night, which is the only new to me fragrance that has been available in years past. I finally decided to try it out this year. These next 3 ones are all new for 2023. This year, this is the first time they've been released. I got Coven. Just such a cool label. All the new 2023 ones are really cool labels. 7 Days. And finally, Trick or Treat. this is probably my favorite of the new candle labels. Like, this is just absolutely gorgeous in person. All right, so before we get to the new ones that I haven't covered yet, a couple of the old ones I think have been toned down just a little bit, unfortunately. Blood Moon, Witch's Cauldron, and Sleepy Hollow. Unfortunately, this year, I just have noticed, comparing them to previous pours, they have all been toned down just a little bit. It's not like dramatically, like I don't hate them now or anything, but when you smell them side by side to their previous versions, I think that they took out a lot of the smoke, especially in Witch's Cauldron. They took a lot of smoke out of that candle. And in Sleepy Hollow and Blood Moon, they took out the incense. Or they didn't take it out, but they made it a little bit less strong. And those are the parts of the candles that I personally really enjoy. They don't ruin the candle for me, but I just thought I would mention that they are just slightly toned down. Actually, if you have this version of Witch's Cauldron, or if you have ordered this and haven't received it yet and you had last year's version in the country candle, these are actually extremely similar. And I noticed this last year too when I ordered this version of Witch's Cauldron. I noticed that it was toned down a little bit. It's the same exact fragrance as this one, so these two are both different from the 2021 with the original label of Witch's Cauldron. What I've noticed is that they brought the smoke and incense down just a little bit, and they brought that citrus note on the base up. So that is a lot more prominent in these candles now, as opposed to the smoke, which was the topmost fragrance that you could smell in old pours. I understand the thought process behind it. I know they're probably trying to appeal to a wider audience with them because they are such polarizing scents, so I don't knock them for it. It doesn't make me hate them, but I just kind of wish that they had stuck to the old versions of these instead. So the next one up that I want to talk about is Halloween. This is exactly what I thought it was. It 100% is a repackage of the purple pumpkins. It smells exactly the same. Honestly, this one on cold smells so strong. It's like when you take the lid off of this one, you're just punched with that. So I'm hoping that this one performs really well. They smell exactly the same to me, which is great. I honestly wish that I ordered a couple of these instead of just one. This one unfortunately is sold out, so you can't get your hands on this one. But since it sold really well this year, I'm hopeful that next year they'll bring it back for their collection, but we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, I love this one, love this fragrance. 100% hope they bring it back next year because I will repurchase it again. All right, so now let's get into the 4 candles that are brand new to me. And fortunately, as of the recording of this video, all the 4 fragrances that I'm about to talk about next are still available at Kringle. So if these ones sound really good to you, go ahead and place an order if it's something that you want to try. I don't know how long these are going to last. This is kind of an unprecedented year for Kringle. In years past, when these pre-orders happened, they would sell out super fast. But this year they limited the amount of candles that you could buy per fragrance, and that's kind of made the stock last a lot longer. There's 4 sold out right now, which was Halloween, which I just talked about, Witch's Cauldron, Sleepy Hollow, and Sinister. All 4 of those are out, but everything else is still available. So if you want them, go and place an order because I can't tell you how long they will be around for. But up first, we have Graveyard Night. This is one that I really wanted to purchase in previous years because I just love this label. It's so spooky and fun. The name is amazing, Graveyard Night. Like, this is like such a classic feeling Halloween type vibe to me, but I just kind of never got it because, as you've heard me say many times, I'm just not the one to gravitate towards gourmand candles, and this one fits that bill. But this year there was a lot of returning fragrances that I really loved, so I knew I was gonna get those. And the new ones, they didn't produce a ton of new ones. I believe there was only like 6 brand new fragrances, and half of those I wasn't vibing with. So I thought, hey, I might as well make this the year that I try this out. And now that I have it, I can say that it's a nice, fun Halloween scent. This is definitely one that's trying to go for like the Halloween confectionery, sugary sweet type vibe, like something like a Halloween cookie, like one of those sugar cookies that you buy from the store that's really floury and really powdery, but it's got that super sweet icing on top of it. That's what I get from this. So the scent notes for this are top caramel, fruity, bayberry, anise star, mid pumpkin, spices, clove, cinnamon, base sweet, milk, musk, and powdery. So yeah, sweet is the name of the game for this one. It is very much a sweet, sugary scent. It's got that caramel in there. It's got like a powdered sugar note. There's berries in it. You get the sweet milk at the bottom too. There's pumpkin, there's spices, the cinnamon, the clove. It's all in there. It's very nice. It definitely reminds me of like a baked good for sure. And this one is actually super interesting because I've never seen anyone make this comparison, but now after smelling this, this has like a secret cousin in the Kringle Halloween line, and you're never gonna guess which one it is. It's actually Sleepy Hollow, of all things. This one, to me, they feel connected to me. The caramel that's in here is the same caramel that is in Sleepy Hollow. It's that pumpkin spiced caramel, but where Sleepy Hollow has like the pumpkin spice caramel on the bottom and then that cedar wood, the smoky cedar wood, and then the incense, this has that pumpkin spice caramel, but the cedar wood and incense are replaced by berries and powdered sugar. So if you like Sleepy Hollow, you actually might like this if you're looking for a more sweet candle. Definitely try this one out. This isn't my favorite of all time. I definitely think it's about middle of the pack for me personally, but I'm excited to burn this and see how it performs and to see if I will enjoy it. Obviously, I really enjoy it for just the packaging alone, so to have it as a decoration piece is amazing too. But yeah, I enjoyed this one about as much as I expected to with the scent notes and everything. I was kind of hoping for more of like apple, pumpkin, cidery type scent, but what I got, I'm not mad at. All right, so up next we have Coven. So yeah, straight off the bat, this one is amazing. It's like a witch's shop. Like you're going into like a fortune teller's tent or like one of those just sideshow attractions, or just like if you've ever been in like a magic shop or anything, like that's exactly what this smells like. Just someone's shop that just had like all they do is sell incense basically. Like that's what this is. It's super incense heavy. It's got like a floral note. It's a little bit powdery, so if you don't like a powdery fragrance, like you're not gonna like this one. But to me, I think it actually is super pretty, super beautiful. It's definitely a mood, like it's a vibe setter for sure. This one actually also reminds me of another Kringle Halloween candle. Not that they're one-to-one or anything, but if you've ever tried the Kringle candle Wolf's Bane candle, these to me have a similar type vibe. They don't smell the same, they don't smell similar, but this is powdery in the same way that this is super powdery. So if you have the Kringle candle Wolf's Bane, if you've tried that in years past and you didn't like it, I would say stay away from this. But if this is your favorite, if this is your jam, I think you actually would. So the scent notes on Coven are top cinnamon leaf, lemon flower. The mid is lily of the valley, jasmine, patchouli. The base is musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and guaiac wood. That one's gonna come up again later. I have absolutely no clue what guaiac wood is. But yeah, they really liked using that one this year. So yeah, it's strange they don't list like incense in the scent notes, but that is just what this reminds me of. It's just super, super floral. like floral powder. That lily of the valley and the jasmine in there are beautiful, and they just mix with like just slight patchouli and definitely like a powdery like base on this one. Yeah, this is one of those ones that just came to me and I just kept picking it up and smelling it, and it's really really pretty. I feel like this one definitely leans a little bit more feminine, as is, you know, the namesake of this, a coven full of witches. If you've ever seen The Craft, it's very reminiscent of this label here. So yeah, if you know you want all the witchy vibes, definitely 100% go for this. So up next we have 7 Days. You got little Samara on there. So that one will punch you. That one is pure just musty. Like, this is like forest floor. It just rained. It's dirty. Maybe like there's a well somewhere in that forest. It's going crazy. This is such a crazy candle. It's definitely very conceptual, obviously with the ring label here, and they just really went wild for this one. Yeah, straight up dirty. Like, if you like a dirty fragrance, you're gonna want to go for this. This is straight up like they took that forest floor. There's bark, there's bugs, there's dewy greens, there is, you know, all kinds of wet mud. Like, that's 100% what this candle is hitting you with. So the scent notes on 7 Days are top dewy greens, herbaceous leaves, mid apple blossom jasmine blooms, mint leaf, thyme, base cedarwood, patchouli, geranium, and musk. Now, I'm not the most involved scent enthusiast out there. There's a lot going on in this, and I wish I could tell you what exactly I am smelling in this, in which layers, but to be honest, all I'm really smelling are those like dewy greens, those leaves. There's definite patchouli in this. It's creating that super crazy, like, intense forest floor smell. This one is super earthy. I love this. This is the type of scent that I just love getting out of these Kringle Halloween releases, because they're taking, you know, crazy concepts like this and just producing a scent that's so beautifully manufactured. Yeah, it's just crazy, because you smell this and it's not something particularly that should smell good, but it does. It's just done in such like a beautiful way. It's like dirt, but like with a bow wrapped right on it, and you just want to smell it 1,000 times. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing how this one is going to be while burning, because it's just crazy on cold. I'm definitely giving this one a burn very soon. All right, and lastly we have Trick or Treat. So I love the direction that they went to on this one. When you hear the name Trick or Treat, obviously you're thinking, oh, it's going to be candy. Oh, it's going to be, you know, just a bunch of sweet, sugary candy treats. But no, what they did with this one was to try to capture what it's like to be outside while you're trick-or-treating. And I just think that is such a cool concept for a candle, and I think that it's beautifully done with this. First off, I just want to mention that this label is absolutely amazing. Like, I just love jack-o'-lanterns. That's like my favorite Halloween symbol, and these guys are so cute, but it's kind of creepy in the way that it's painted. The orange and black is just beautiful. So yeah, what they did with this, it's like an outdoorsy, like cool autumn air. There's trees, pine trees out there. It's definitely on the verge of winter. There's fallen leaves on the ground, and there's like sweet apples, like someone's bobbing for apples, and they're just cutting into them, and you know, you're just getting that sweet apple scent out of it. So the scent notes on Trick or Treat are poison apple, green, aldehydic, fir, marine as your top notes. The mid is pine, cinnamon, clove. The base is sandalwood, musk, cedarwood, guaiac wood, there it is again, and moss. So yeah, you definitely get that sweet apple at the very forefront of this thing. At the very base is all of that wood notes. There's the fir, there's the pine, there's I guess the guaiac wood, there's definitely cedar wood in there. You definitely smell the top notes of that like aldehydic and moraine. I assume that is what is contributing to this, making it smell like it is like cool autumn air in this one. Now, while I definitely love the direction that they went in and the conceptualness of this candle, there is something in here, at least on cold, that keeps me from absolutely loving it. There's something in the back of this one, like in the very back, like at the very front obviously is the woods and the apple, which I love. There's something creeping in the back there that makes it a little spooky, and it's something that I'm not sure if I'm actively loving on. I don't know if it's like the musk or the moss that's at the very bottom of this thing, but it is something. It's got like a little bit of funk to it. I don't know if it is going to keep me from liking this or not. On cold, I have days where I smell this and I'm like, oh, I love this thing, and then there's days where I'm like, ooh, there is a little bit of funk to it. I don't know about it as much. So it's definitely one that I'm like going back and forth on, and that kind of excites me because the last candle that I had that gave me the same energy as this one was Haunted Woods from Homeworks. If you've ever smelled that one, it's got a little bit of something in the back of that one too that's like, ooh, that's kind of strange. But when I burned that one, I ended up absolutely loving it. So I'm very excited to give this one a chance and burn it and see if it really comes alive while burning. But if you really want to try this one out, if you're into like a pine tree with apple note type scent, you might actually enjoy this one. I definitely am excited to see what this one produces when it gets to burning. So yeah, that's my entire Kringle Halloween 2023 order. That's my entire thoughts on all of them. I will hopefully be doing some either post burn reviews, or I will talk about these candles in a what I'm burning video and give you my post burn thoughts on them. But I definitely overall really enjoy all of them. Obviously the returning ones are the ones that I absolutely love. The 4 new ones all intrigue me. Coven is actually one that I really like. That's probably my favorite of the new ones that I have followed closely by 7 days. I really like those two. Coven is definitely taking the cake for me right now, and I can't wait to burn that one. Let me know what you guys ordered this year and what you're loving. If you didn't enjoy any of them, let me know that too. I'm always interested to see what you guys think about these. Until the next one, I'll see you guys later.